Okay, so moving on to example 20 of exercise 2F. And this is where it's important that you are reading the question. So Tony wants to invest $4,000 and it's compounded, okay, at 8.4% per annum for 5 years. Determine the amount he will have after 5 years if the interest is paid monthly. And it's this monthly bit that we also need to be really aware of. So my rule, A is equal to principal, 1 plus the rate over 100 times n. I'm going to put brackets around it and I'll explain why when I do it later. At time multiplied by n. So my principal amount is the amount that I am compounding or have invested. It's $4,000. My rate is 8.4%. We can keep that as a percent. The rule changes it out of a percent for us. My time is for 5 years. And now the little n, okay? This is where the monthly comes into play. It says we want interest paid monthly. So that means how many times would it be compounded in 1 year? It's going to be compounded 12 times because there are 12 months in a year. So let's pop this information in here. So 4,000 is my principal. My 1 plus that. My rate is 8.4 divided by 100 times 12. And my time is for 5 years multiplied by 12. So notice that I've done this bracket 100 times 12. You actually want that calculation to happen first before you do the division, all right? So that would just be my piece of advice to you, is to make sure that you do that first. Otherwise things get complicated and your calculator's not too sure what to do. Now inside my bracket, I'm just going to finish off that calculation. And I'm going to go 1 plus 8.4 divided by 1,200. And you should get an answer of 1.007. Please try this yourself to make sure that you get the exact same calculation as I did. Because if you don't, you're then using your calculator incorrectly. So hopefully you put that all together on your calculator. 4,000 times 1.007. 4,000 times 1.007 with the brackets to the power of 60. And you should get the answer of 6078.95. Remember, round to 2 decimal places because you're dealing with money. And that is the amount he will have after 5 years if his interest is compounded monthly at 8.4%.